Got it there. Spotlight, spotlight. I usually like myself on the right here. Okay, that'll work a lot better. And I think we are streaming too. Let me verify this. And we are golden. All right,
Awesome.
guys. All right. January 2nd, 2024, guys. We made it. Congratulations to everyone. So, who's ready to embark on a new journey? New beginnings. That's the title of today's meditation. And for anybody that is brand new to these coherence meditations, just a quick little intro here. We hold these meditations every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Our main YouTube channel is the Cosmic Gaia Community channel, which is right here. If you want to scan the QR code, bring you right over to YouTube. And over here is actually where we have the Freedom Snap link, which has a whole bunch of stuff. But the one thing I want to stress on that link is for everybody to please, please, please go over there and sign up for a newsletter. Seth and Laura actually just did a video yesterday, and some newsletters are being like reorganized and combined and all that stuff. I'm sure Seth will get into it there very briefly, but a lot of things planned for 2024, guys. It's going to be awesome. Awesome. So I got a lot of things on my end that I'm working on with our Freedom platform, and Seth has a lot of things on his end, and along with Laura, and it's going to be awesome, guys. So, and if you are over there in YouTube land and Facebook land, please do subscribe, like, and share, and send this out to as many people that you think will benefit from these. Like I said, these are held every Tuesday. These are absolutely free of charge. And we'd love to have you here, especially if on our live Zoom link, which can be found again right there using that QR code. All right, guys. So, format of the CMs of these coherence meditations, first 10, 15 minutes, just brief discussion. Seth will get into a little intro, and we'll get all of our waters ready, and we'll go directly into the coherence meditations for about 45 minutes or so. So we do encourage these to be done on a daily practice. If you do miss any one of our live events, do visit the recordings over on our YouTube channel right there. So I don't think I left anything else out. So let's embark on a new journey, Seth. How's
Thank you, Greg. As
how's
always, can you hear me? Does that sound
uh,
okay?
yeah, sure can.
Good. Perfect. Hello, everybody. My goodness, I love seeing our core founders here with us. Our same people that were coming from the beginning are still here, and they're bringing more people. We love that loyalty. We love that presence. So, okay, here we are, a new Gregorian calendar year. But that's a beautiful thing because even if it's not real, even if it's made from men with smaller minds than us, it's okay because people celebrate life, right? It doesn't matter if it's a holiday, people are still celebrating. And when you have people all over the world who are like having a good couple weeks because of the holidays, that makes a difference in the collective energy of our species. Like people are happy. And so I always loved that. And I always was happy just because I could feel people around me being happy growing up. But let's look at this deeper. If we're talking about new beginnings, then really to come to terms with what new beginnings means. And it's definitely pretty like awe-inspiring to realize, but every single one of us was born into this world. And way before any of us knew anything, our family, our mother, the, our friends, our parents' friends, community, whoever and whatever we were in the midst of, our entire sense of self, our entire sense, barring any karmic stuff, but our entire sense of self is a journey of coming into this world really in a state of pure consciousness because we were aware, we were there was something happening, but there was no identification with what. Hold on, wait. People are trying to get in here.
I got that handled.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. So everything about who we think we are came from a place of us being children, being babies, really, and having pure consciousness, no belief system, no addiction to stress or anxiety, so that we're incessantly focusing on a terrible past or the imagination of a fear-based future, which takes us out of that place of pure consciousness. And that's part of why we're doing this. Yeah, it's a new year. Yeah, there's old cycles coming to a close and new beginnings. But there's something really, really powerful when you consider that every single one of us were born into this world. We didn't know the name we have. We didn't know what politics were. We don't know what doctors are. We don't know what culture is. There's so many things that we didn't know anything about consciously, but that bit by bit, we begin to perceive, adopt these ways of thought, these states of being that everyone around us was doing, so that our entire sense of self formed.
Seth, did you break up? I hope you didn't lose power again. I'm gonna have to call you. All right, stand by, guys. Again, Seth. There he is.
I'm on a roll, and all of a sudden,
Sorry, man.
sorry
All
about
right,
that. Was it me? Did it happen on my end? Or?
that happened on yours. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, buddy. I don't know where we left it, but essentially, we can agree that we've come into this world and that our entire sense of self, our belief systems, our behaviors, our actions, the thought that I am somebody, that someone, you are somebody else. And we have a way of compartmentalizing this experience of life to the degree that we create invisible boundaries. Just like countries around the world, they have this is our boundary, that's a different country. We do that, but we're taught that. And so, what happens if we've come to this place in life where we realize, you know what, everything I have been brought to believe about my sense of self, about my own life, came out of uh, very like fundamental belief systems that are still very small compared to this infinite space that we're around. Right? When you think about this little planet that we're on, and you just zoom out, say, to, let's say, beyond the sun. We're out to the sun, that's 93 million miles away. And we can feel the heat of that sun on us. So, why would we not be feeling the collective influence of all the other planets and stars and who knows what? You know, there's meteors and comets and celestial objects that are they're making such incredibly low bass sounds, inaudible frequencies, visions. It's insane. And that's part of who we are. So, by a new beginning, we are going to let go of who we think we are. We are going to use language and feeling of coherence internally to begin to start perceiving more of what reality has for us. Because we can feel the sun from 93 million miles away, and we know that all these celestial objects are making inaudible sounds, creating vibrations that are who knows what. Then, when you look at where we appear to be just in this galaxy, just in the Milky Way, are we not being affected by all that? Of course we are. We're all being affected by that. The only part is that we've been focusing so much on who we think we are according to the systems of the world that has taught us who we are. And the very act and process of that is to create duality where there wasn't any. Because if we're little babies and instead of forming all these neural networks and neural architecture of our body and our mind, which kind of locked us into these belief systems that most of us think are real and normal and that it's all that exists. So we are one with everything. We are connected to everything. It is all alive in us, through us, to us. And the more we begin to let go of this manufactured identity of this limited person we think we are, we begin to start having access to begin to start feeling these other dormant perceptual abilities that are in every single one of us, but that we don't necessarily harmonize with because we're too focused on who we think we are. Right. And I'll say this before we get going. You think about this idea that thoughts, beliefs, behaviors, and actions form neural networks in the brain that we continue to focus on over and over and over. And we continue to reinforce these habitual patterns of perceptive awareness. And we just keep focusing on it. We keep focusing. We are, for the most part, creating division, creating a problem where there is none. And so when we realize that we've done that, we can choose to not do that anymore. And we can use the very same process that caused us to become disconnected from reality, from the living galaxy, universe, way beyond. And so if we can suspend who we think we are to begin becoming conscious of what we are, this miracle of life that is in every one of us, that is all connected, that is causing our heart to beat, that is even allowing us to perceive we're somebody anyway. So if we're aware of that, we begin to become more aware of what we are. Then at some point, we begin to feel all these systems of celestial coherence, I guess. It's all like if the universe is in a state of coherence by itself, and it's a massive, incomprehensible, coherent field, little things happen like white dwarf planets explode, stars explode, total chaos, but then the chaos is caught by the coherence. And the more we begin to tune into that, the, the less we feel the need to continuously identify with an imagined future or a remembered past that doesn't serve us. And so I know I said a lot, but I wanted to kind of paint the picture of potential because as we do this meditation, we are temporarily suspending all our belief systems, all our behaviors, actions, all of it just for a little while is being relaxed into. And in the process of relaxing into that, we open up the ability to start becoming more coherent with real reality, not just the white men of the world who are manufacturing all these businesses that they buy everything. They're buying everything. But guess what? We don't have to really care about that because we start to know and feel and embody our connection to infinity any, without no duality, no disconnection. We are in full connection to everything. Then what's that going to do for our neural networks? Very exciting. So before we get going, I want to ask that everybody have some water. Greg and I always try to make sure that you have some water to drink because we often, the work that we do, it affects everything around us when we get really coherent because suddenly we're becoming aware beyond the bounds of limitation that everybody believes into existence. And there's something about doing this work, having water nearby, letting the water become imprinted with your willingness and choice to incorporate more of the frequencies of reality than the mainstream world teaches us. And Greg did say too, these meditations are timeless, meaning that they can be done whenever. We make them here now, and we can always, we're going to keep doing this. And these meditations, even though they're not live after this, keep doing them and keep generating the connection to reality that is all of our birthright. And that already is everything. So get your water. And before we get going, if anybody has anything they want to say or share, feel free to do that. If not, we're going to, at the close of the meditation, we're just going to keep ending there so that people can go deeper if they want, or to come out of these deep states of being into more of a waking state, just in case cars need to be driven or things that require presence.
I think you had a great prelude there, Seth, and that was great. I mean, the way that I was actually just thinking about this also is that we are, like you and I spoke just prior to this call, we're just being programmed from the get-go that we come into this reality. And, we have, these living men and women creating all these corporations out there. So, you may as well call them corpse orations, because they're basically dead entities. So as we go into this new year, maybe we try to just concentrate also on deprogramming ourselves with that definition, that, all those definitions that they conjure, and, they spellbound people and everything.
Perfect time for new beginnings, right?
You bet.
So if nobody has anything they want to share, we will get started. Let me just read through these comments.
And feel free to just unmute yourself, guys. Just chime right in. Alternatively, you just press the reaction and just raise your hand. Or there's a separate raise hand icon, I think. Anyway, it's somewhere down there in the Zoom bar.
And besides, all of our practitioners here are people of action. They're not getting stuck on the words or belief systems. We're going to get right to it. Okay, well, with that, if you are sitting down, if you are laying down, whatever you are on, and wherever the chair, the bed, the couch, whatever it is also somewhere. And that somewhere, for this meditation that we do together, that somewhere is sacred space. It is giving you the ability to be present, whether you are hyper focused on who you think you are, or if you're changing your focus to live more finely attuned to what you are. This innate intelligence that is so far beyond genius that causes all of these systems of our body to function, whether we are conscious of it or not. Every one of us are wealthy beyond all recognition. And when we start to really pay attention and we do it in an open-minded way, an open-hearted way, at some point while you're paying attention, attention starts paying you. And this isn't money. This isn't any kind of worldly wealth. It is otherworldly. And yet, at the same time, it is in this world. And just let your body and whatever is holding you up, your sacred space, just completely relax your body. Scan yourself from head to toe. Just kind of go down through your head, your chest, your back. Just go through it and relax every part of your body to the degree that you can. And while you're relaxing and while you are scanning your body, just take notice and see if there's anything in you that aches, that pains, that is in resistance to your own awareness, whether if it's thoughts you keep thinking over and over, or emotions and feelings that you keep feeling over and over. If there's something that you feel is in the middle or between you and complete bodily relaxation, just see if you can feel it in you. Take note of it so that as we begin to attune ourselves to this miracle of life that we all are, the more the resistance, static energy, the pain, that too is energy. And as we become so much more conscious of our consciousness, the more we do this, the more we take steps into a holistic experience of what we have the potential to be. So as we become more conscious, as our experience begins to become more holistic, meaning we begin to be aware of all the different dimensions and levels of potential experience that are perfectly attuned and orchestrated throughout all the different glands, organs, fluids, all of these vital aspects of our body that if just one of them stopped, we could die or get sick. But that's not what we're doing. We're choosing to just even let go of all our fears and just choose to have gratitude for this miracle of life that we all are and that everything is. Because as we become more holistic, also meaning that the lines and boundaries of how we're used to perceiving the world, they open up. And that by being holistic allows us to experience the infinite expression of our energy field that is correlating to and connected to all these different dimensions that correspond to all the vital organs, glands, and parts of our physiology that are genius level intelligence, way beyond genius, actually. And it doesn't leave anybody out. The only thing in the middle of who we think we are and what we are the conditioned beliefs, behaviors, actions, social indoctrination, the adaptation of language that gets interwoven into all the experiences we have in these bodies. And so we've created boundaries. We've created limitation. And we just didn't really know that. But now we are. And we're doing this together because all of us are equals, meaning everybody has an equal right to exist. Everything does. All the animals, all the plants, trees, the waters. And the more we make peace with that, the more we become conscious of our consciousness, we are doing two things. We are taking our perception and we are each focusing on the source of our awareness in us, around us. And we're all doing that individually. But at the same time, we are here together. So we're all focusing on our source, what allows us to perceive this world, this energy that is not separate from who and what we are. It is actually intrinsically linked to every part of this temporary self-identification that doesn't have to be temporarily. And so individually, we are knowing ourselves as the energy form we are. And collectively, we are taking our efforts of focus and we are joining together to do this, to support one another and each other, to embody and role model what it's like to break out of those tiny little boundaries and barriers that we agreed to create without really knowing it or knowing what we're doing. And as we begin to get more whole, more holistic, then this source of energy field we are begins to illuminate its existence from your awareness to whatever degree you are ready to work with. Meaning, let's say you are choosing to be so aware of your energy field and you feel like your awareness could occupy your entire house or building or apartment. And maybe the more you get to attune yourself with this life force that we are, maybe you feel like you can perceive reality the size of a town, size of a continent, size of a planet. And the more you open yourself up to the potential polarity of all these different forces that work together, you will see that you have the ability to be aware of your life force as far and big and small as you want it to be. You are already a part of it, and it's a part of you. And so, new beginnings could be as simple as just relaxing your entire body in the sacred space and just really relaxing as deep and calm as you are able to. And let your breathing be slow, rhythmic, meaning even inhales, even exhales, however many seconds that is for you. Using a little bit more lung capacity than you normally do. We just really want to go for rhythm. And while we are feeling safe in our sacred space, and we have voluntarily chosen to scan our field and our body in a way that brings the shadows out. Maybe you have deep fears, deep thoughts, feelings, behaviors, actions that you have focused on habitually to the degree that you have normalized limitation. And of course, everybody in the world around us is going to also reflect that back to us. And yet, when we take an evolutionary jump into perceptual awareness, that too becomes role modeled to others who know there's so much more. And as you're breathing rhythmically, as you are totally relaxed in your body, put that smile on your face and feel it in your heart. If smiling makes you feel happy, joyous, deep gratitude, compassion for life and others, if you can feel something that's uplifting while you're smiling, then feel it. Feel that feeling that comes from your smile in harmony with your breathing, your relaxation. And if you feel gratitude or love or happiness when you smile, let the pulse of your heart be a beacon of transmitter frequency that is organic and natural and a part of infinity. Let that smile and the feeling it creates be rippled throughout every pulse of your body with your heart and brain, sending and receiving signals ad infinitum to whatever degree you are ready, and that is promising you complete presence. That is affording you the ability to become more aware of your awareness, an awareness that transcends any perceptual or sensory limitations, meaning you can begin to truly experience just how miraculous and intelligent that this energy causing our heart to beat is, and that you are an intrinsic part of this interplay of self-awareness integrated into selfless consciousness. And through your relaxation, through your breathing, through your smile, that is being lit up everywhere in your body and in your energy field all around. And if there's a feeling that makes you happy or that makes you feel some kind of love, really do your best to feel that feeling and amplify the feeling of that feeling so that it ripples throughout your entire being and allows any of the shadows, past pain, it calls all of that out because just by doing this alone and together, with every expansion of perceptual awareness, you are becoming more and more aware. And when you smile and you feel gratitude for your own experience in this, so while you're relaxed, while you're breathing, while you are feeling whatever that smile creates in your heart, let all of that just go on autopilot. You don't have to think about it. You can trust that it's going to continue to work, whether you are conscious or not. And the more you learn to trust that, it's going to be there for you, that it literally is with you, and that the more you choose to feel that support and trust that whatever your experience is, that it is exactly what is meant for you. And so as you begin to trust life, the feedback of life responds. And if you keep doing that, then you begin to have faith in the very life force that is already functioning faster than the speed of light and sound. When you start paying attention to that, and when you begin to start having that attention remunerated, and you realize that life itself is paying attention to you, paying attention, that creates more trust, that creates more faith that whatever this miracle is and whatever you want to call it, it is your best friend. It is animating all of these vital organs in the body who are also our best friends. And when we understand that we came from a place of purity, and in a relatively short amount of time, we have created a sense of self that is beautiful, but that maybe we feel as becoming to feel limited, and having some kind of intuitive, instinctual hunch that there's a lot more that can be present with your awareness. And so all of the neural architecture, the neurons that fire and wire in your heart, in your head, and throughout your entire body, neural architecture mapping that has formed in a short time that causes us to interface with the reality from a very limited point of view. We're letting go of that. And we're going to trust and have faith that life has got our back. And that if we experience hardship, there's always that part of us that trusts, that has faith that life is going to be there no matter what we think or believe. And this offers a quantum leap in the ability to perceive reality. And that through open-mindedness, through open heart, the more we are open to what is already happening, then all of the neural architecture that was formed unconsciously can become conscious. And as we become conscious of this miracle, then all of the old neural mapping can become empowered by these fields of awareness that we are generating through thought, feeling, calmness, bright awareness. As we begin to open up the most important relationship in all of our lives, the more that relationship thrives. And it opens us up to whatever degree of reality we are ready for. So as deep as you want to go, that is between you and your source. And as you go deeper to whatever degree you are ready, this highly intelligent field of awareness begins to open up perceptual centers that are either atrophied or that are shut down so that your perception becomes stronger, so that you can begin to up the amplitude of this energy and your capacity to perceive this energy. And by being trusting, by being in love with this energy called life, the more our own neural architecture can become augmented. It can expand more. And at the same time, it can completely contract. And so the flow of life, of contraction to expansion, to contraction to expansion, with every beat of the heart, there is contraction and expansion. They are not separate from each other. They are completely unified. They are the same. And they create polarity because it's in the creation of that where there's a chance to feel balance. You're totally relaxed in your body. You are breathing rhythmically, gently, using a little bit more of your lung capacity. You are feeling whatever feeling that smile turns on in you. And you are voluntarily amplifying this omnipotent force of nature that is operating these bodies. And we're creating a relationship with it. The most important one. So as you are relaxed even more, simultaneously let your whole body relax, but keep your awareness wide awake, bright, like the sun, the 93 million mile away star that we can feel right on our face. Trust yourself to be that big and way bigger because we already are. And simultaneously trust that everything is also in a subatomic level, meaning to the degree of consciousness we allow to be generated in our body will illuminate all of the cells of our body at a subatomic level, while at the same time pulsing both these frequencies throughout your energy field. So your body, your whole being is totally relaxed. And at the same time, your awareness is bright. And through these seemingly contradicting poles of frequency, there is a point of neutrality in it. And when we can tap into that, we begin to remember that we always knew this was there. And to the degree that we are willing to take responsibility for how we perceive reality through this neutral part of us that balances all polarities. This is us evolving. This is us becoming conscious of something we have always known was there, but that we weren't focusing on it. But now we are. So just as all of these different neural networks in our brain and body have temporarily allowed us to exist, they are now being open to whatever degree you want to open up to. And just the very act of doing this allows you to completely it allows you to completely rewire your whole sense of self. Everything that has brought you to this point can be totally let go of if that's what you want to do. And your trust of life will allow you to exist however you are ready to. Closing out the old cycles that have gotten us to where they are, but that now we are ready to create a new beginning, closing out all the old perceptual beliefs, ideas, thoughts, feelings, having appreciation for it and letting it go. And from open-minded and open-hearted perception, you are creating a new beginning with this innate intelligence that was always there, but that now you are focusing on and amplifying. And at the same time, the further and the more far out or within that you want to make this, that offers the possibility to become aware of how integrated we have always been and are with these expressions of life. And trust your ability to feel the depth, the mystery, the grandeur, the complete states of ecstatic bliss by becoming so conscious of consciousness that tears of joy well up in your eye with every breath, inhaled or exhaled. And that you now know that you can amplify your feelings in whatever way you want and in whatever way you want to create now into the future, now and forever. They are the same. They might have different polarities, but that's only how it seems. It is all in unity, and it always will be. And by you prioritizing your relationship with what you already are, that's you creating opening, creating expansion of awareness so that you can find out and test your own sense of awareness, trusting this involuntary energy and how you are now ready to voluntarily co-create or harmonize your sense of self with. And in the hours and days to follow, do your best at making a decision to remain open and aware to whatever degree you are ready. And if you want to make a habit of it, you have community as well as lots of different beings all over the known and unknown aspects of life. You have the ability to be in such intimacy with your life force that no matter what happens, you know this new beginning is with you now and forever. Just be aware of your breath. If you have any intentions or goals or anything that's really personal to you, let yourself be aware of that from a place of coherence. And let whatever that focus is to be amplified and empowered by this involuntarily source of life force and your will to create greater intimacy, relationship with life. Keep your body calm. Focus on whatever feeling you want to feel and make more of. And whatever you brought for water or any kind of beverage, Let your intention, the seed of possibility and growth you want to focus on, let that pulse of your heart beat. Let it imprint that energy into your water to charge it with what has always been there, but that now is more empowered because of this work, individually and together. And if you can feel your pulse in that water, seemingly external to you, let yourself feel your pulse in that water. When it comes to this work, it's all about consistency. Yes, we can have great long sessions and connection, but to do it for less time, but still every day, choosing to get into a calm, heart-centered state of empowerment and putting in practice every day. That's how to build momentum. That's how to create the sense of self. You know you have the potential to be. And let's celebrate one another. This is a new beginning for all of us. And we don't even need to bring the past with us. We can let go of the past, who we thought we were, all the heavy hooks of baggage and anchor that we drag along. We can let that go because the relationship we are cultivating takes care of it all as you progress. Take your hands, put them together, create friction, get them nice and warm. And when you have some heat, take the palms of your hand and put them over each eye, creating total darkness. And make note if you see any color, any light, any sparks, just notice it. And while keeping this state of calm, let your awareness come more into a waking state and continue on with your water, with our community, and everything that we are all going to continue to do individually and collectively. And please like, love, tag, share, and get this out there to anyone who you feel would benefit from it. We are literally creating the 100th monkey. And we want to know who the 100th monkey is. Greg, thank you as always. Everybody else, any comments or anything, you can put them in the social media links and I'll scan through them.
I forgot to mention, guys, if you do have future topics you'd like to have us incorporate, please comment on the video, or you just send Seth a direct message, maybe on Facebook or somewhere. All right, guys.
All right. I
Thank
love
you.
you all. Thank you, Greg.
See you guys. See you guys next week. Take care.